It's our final day in Queenstown. Today we're going to go out with a bang, and we've got blue skies again, which is just completely unheard of.
I know, it's beautiful.
So Queenstown is the adventure capital, or is known as the adventure capital of the world. I don't know exactly where it got that title, but
well,
somebody called it.
The bungee was invented here.
Very good point, yeah.
That's why.
It was invented here in the 80s in little old New Zealand, which a lot of people didn't actually realise.
No. But today we are going on the Shotover Jet, which is a jet boat ride. It's got twin V8 engines. They like spin you around these 360-degree spins. They get you right up by the edge of the banks of the river, and it gets quite shallow in some places too.
And they go up to 90 kilometers an hour, just like plowing down through the canyons.
This is definitely our kind of adventure.
So just kind of wander down through that area through there, which is the main shopping spot. Across this way is kind of the downtown restaurants, I'd say, and hey, these are the loud seagulls here on Lake Wakatipu. We mentioned this the other day. This is New Zealand's longest lake, and it's the one that you get the awesome view from when you are up there. We're going to head along this direction here. There's a cafe there that we can grab a quick coffee to go. What an absolute beautiful way to start the day.
So nice. I love it here. It's just so relaxing. Even after traveling for 3 years full time, like this is still one of our favorite places ever.
Shotover Jet actually offers a free shuttle service from Queenstown, but you need to allow an hour. Oh, good morning. You have to allow an hour in order to, from when you get picked up until when your starting point is. And we have eaten into that a little bit. So we're just taking an Uber out there, which is only about $20 in about 10 minutes, and then we'll take the free shuttle back, eh?
Yeah, that's the plan anyway.
The views out there are spectacular either way, so I think we'll probably end up hanging around for a little bit and just kind of watching other people have some fun as well. Woo!
It's gonna be us!
I can't wait for that. Oh, it's exciting. I can already feel my heart starting to race and just like anticipation. I'm really, really looking forward to this. So these canyons have all been formed over thousands of years, and from what I read was billions of litres of water from the river just ploughing through, and that's kind of what's shaped it all out. And now it's jet boat heaven. So we've checked in already. Luckily we got the Uber because we just didn't have enough time. As you can see down here, there's a sign that says the 10:15 group, time to check in, get your clothing and everything. Everybody coming off is full of smiles and a little bit wet, so I think we might be getting maybe a little bit wet on this trip.
Yeah, let's hope they got some nice big jackets for us.
Did they not come in a smaller size for you?
No, I feel like Batman.
Give us a twirl. Looking good though. We walked down the ramp and we met we were lucky as well. We got the front seats, which is definitely the best view. And then we met our driver, Ryan, and he kind of started off with a little bit of a safety briefing. It's all pretty basic stuff. You pretty much just have to keep your hands down.
Feet to the floor.
Feet to the floor.
He taught us the hand signals as well. So he kind of threw his fingers around in a circle, and when that happens, you know that there's going to be a 360-degree spin.
So before we got soaking wet, the goal was to try and get a photo. Well, we looked at least normal anyway, so we shot up the river real quick and came back down, did a spin so that we could get a photo. I was shocked at how quickly they can rotate. Wow, man. Insane. Like on a dime, so fast, so aggressive.
Yeah, the whole thing happens pretty quickly. So after your photo, you like quickly shoot downstream. You go under this incredible like arch bridge, and that's when you kind of start to realize how narrow the canyon is, because it all just starts to kind of close in on you.
It was closing in so quick. I didn't expect that it was going to be quite that fast, and I think I was instantly shocked at how close he was positioning the boat to the rocks. I mean, you never would, obviously, but you could literally touch them. I think we were that close.
It must take so much skill for Ryan or all the drivers to learn how to drive these boats as well. I don't even, like, what do you go to, like, speedboat school? I don't know.
I don't know, but the drift element, just like sitting sideways and flying through the canyons, it was just, I was quite literally smiling from as soon as we started from that photo, which was like smile for the camera, and then from that point on, I didn't have control over it. I was just smiling non-stop.
So it's quite cool. Along the way, we also got to stop in little sections. Obviously, they were waiting for other boats to go past. And Ryan was explaining to us a little bit about the boats. So we obviously mentioned that they've got the twin V8 engines and everything. But what I didn't know is that they've got flat bottoms on them.
Yeah.
And they also, the bow of the boat, or the nose of the boat, is really short. Apparently,
it's super short. Like I was trying to look down on it. I couldn't even see it. It was just so that we could get so ridiculously close. I thought we were going to clip a couple of times.
Same.
Like the spins right up towards the cliff face and just like, it was crazy. It's funny because normally when you're driving a car, your instinct is to drive away from anything that would be in the way. But there was a couple of areas, like there was this driftwood just randomly scattered in the middle of the river, and you're thinking, whoa, why are you aiming for that?
Pick left or pick right.
But he was positioning it as close as possible.
He went straight through the center.
Through the middle of it. Like his instinct, and I'm assuming the other drivers, is to just try and get you as close as you possibly can to any obstruction that might give you a little bit of a fright.
That's my favourite. Any faster than that in those two seats, and those two seats will look as if you've been for a swim. You're not out of the woods yet though, I can promise you that.
I don't know about you, but I held on tight the entire way. When we got up to full speed, you really did have to hold on tight. You had to plant your feet.
I was re-gripping a few times as well.
You had to plant your feet on the ground, on the floor, and I even was holding onto my sunnies at one point as well.
But
so
then you've got one hand off though, that you shouldn't. So I was using the knee, like I was slamming my knee into the right-hand panel, so that I was, because I was on the edge, I was more stable, because it's just so quick.
Yeah, and there are also a decent amount of rapids as well, so it does get quite bumpy at points. It was funny. Ryan turned around at one point and he started counting. He was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he was doing. He was joking, but he was doing a head count to make sure that nobody had flown out of the boat when we were doing the 360 spins.
There were a couple of points as well where I could see, literally looking over the side, I could see the bottom, I could see the rocks, I could see the pebbles, and we were just like flying through. I think if you were walking down there to swim, although you'd have to be crazy because the water is super cold, you'd be like ankle deep, and we're just flying through at 90 k's an hour, just like it's absolutely nothing. That was so good.
It was so much fun.
Oh man, we didn't get as wet as I thought we would, but that is worth every cent. It is just so good.
Oh, I can't, like, you get so close to the canyon walls. It's quite hard to explain just how close you get.
I'm literally still buzzing from it. Oh man. One of those things where the time just flies by and you just have, I mean, I've still got a sore face just from smiling the entire time. We decided to put on the full outfits and everything, well, the full waterproof, and our driver was like, his goal was to try and get us wet. I don't know how we managed to get out of that without being soaked right the way through our clothing.
We're not normally the people that buy the photo, but I mean, we posed so cool.
We did.
That we could not resist. Oh yeah, we mean business.
There's a place up here called, this is Beer for the Bold. So after an experience like that, I feel like we've earned a brew.
Yeah, that's us. We definitely have earned one.
So some kind of a craft beer spot that's literally just here, and you can hear these bad boys just flying up and down. They do move quite quickly in terms of the amount of people that they get going through. There's about 4 or 5, maybe 4 boats out there at a time. And I think this is, I read something like they've done 4 million like customers or something since they started. So yeah, they know how to make it fun.
Cheers. It's nice. What'd you get me?
Lime.
It's good. Time to get back to town.
Just spent the last couple of hours kind of wandering around, just exploring, chilling out in the hotel room, because we are about to, or we're just walking towards picking up our rental car. Our road trip heading north to Christchurch starts tomorrow. We've got some really cool plans, and that road, we've driven that strip in particular before. It takes about 7 hours in total, but we're stopping halfway to do a really cool glacial walk. It's a beautiful stretch of road, but it's just fun to kind of get out, do a road trip, and we've got friends in Christchurch that we're going to be staying with, so it's nice that we can kind of come down with Stacey's family, have the wine and dining, then we're going to go off on like our adventure stuff, and then sort of hanging out in Queenstown in the middle. All right, so we paid $235 to rent this car for, it's only 2 days, so it's quite expensive, but it's kind of because we're doing a one-way trip, because we're taking it from Queenstown and dropping it off in Christchurch. It was funny though, we paid the extra as well for the full insurance. So when we were renting the car, grabbing it off the guy, he was like, you can pretty much write it off. You don't need to take photos. You can write it off and you're covered.
Not gonna happen. But we've done a lot of wining and dining over the last couple of days, and we decided that we wanted to come back to our favourite spot out of all of them for lunch. It's called Akarua Wines and Kitchen, I think.
It's not for the wines because we're driving. It's
such good food. Amazing food.
It's for a lamb dish that just, wow, you'll see.